Hey guys, Bigrat310 back again. Pretty tired, just woke up actually. I fell asleep literally after I finished Unify, like right after, and I saw the match, whoop, jumped into bed. So my memory of everything might not be so great. But, got a video review for you guys, you know, with, it's called, the title of this cartridge should be like ROH Classic matches, because we have a 5-star match on this one. And we have 2 very strong 4.5, 1 maybe 4 3/4 star matches on this show. Let's go first with Vendetta. Overall, this show sucked. I'm sorry, but the undercard was just atrocious. Let's see, we start with the opener, a Steel and Delirious, just Chad Collyer and Nigel McGuinness. I'm going to give this like 2.5, 2 3/4. You know, it was an okay opener. Miz 2003 cases ROH always put on consistent openers. I kind of disagree. On almost every ROH DVD that I have, the opener is usually 2.5, 2 3/4. And on the 2009 shows, the openers just suck. The openers are almost always bad. They really have never really, in my opinion, consistently put on a good opener. Let's see, from this year, let's see, 7th anniversary show, no. Super Card of Honor 4, no. Take No Prisoners, no. Double Feature 2, maybe. That was like 3 stars. A Cut Above, The Homecoming 2, no. Manhattan Mayhem 3, yes. Violent Tendencies, no. End of an Age, yes. That's about it. And I've heard, I've heard on the Death Before Dishonor shows they've both been good, but like for the majority, for the grand part, for Ring of Honor history, their openers were not that good. This was the case. This was 2.5, 2 3/4. I really don't remember the match too much. Nothing really. The ending was kind of weak, you know. Ace Steel's gonna go hit Chad Collyer with a chair. When he brings the chair back, it hits Nigel in the back of the head. You guys might think that's cool. I find that weak because he brought it back slowly. So when you bring it forward, the impact can be a lot, like really hard. So when he brought it back slowly and it just hits Nigel and he pins Nigel, didn't like it too much. Next we get the Rinauro versus Jimmy Jacobs. This match was very funny. I'll admit it was pretty funny, but it was very repetitive. Good God, for the first 7 minutes, all they did were headlocks and atomic drops. They literally just did headlock, atomic drop, comedy, headlock, atomic drop, comedy. God, and it got a little better, but not by much. I think this gets a flat 2 stars, maybe a star 3/4. I don't remember. Next we have an appearance by Jim Cornette and Bill Watts. This appearance sucked. Bill Watts, you couldn't hear a word that he said because the audio was just so horrible. And then Adam Pearce comes out and says, I don't want a match. And Jim Cornette says, okay, you can have your match. I'm like, what? You brought Bill Watts to ROH to give Adam Pearce a match for the night? And you couldn't even hear Bill Watts at all? This is a dud segment. This is a really, really, really bad segment. Next we have Bigrat310 versus Claudio Castagnoli. This was not entertaining. This was like a star 3/4. Besides the hey every 5 seconds, I really did not like this match too much. I couldn't really get into it. Nothing much to say. Next we get Daniels versus Samoa Joe. This was a pretty good match. 3 1/4 stars. For all those people who say Joe and Daniels had no surrender, they didn't have as good as chemistry as they did in 06 and 05. That is complete bullshit. This match was not as good as their no surrender match. And I've seen their Dragon Gate Challenge match, which was also 3 1/4. So I don't want to hear that crap. But yeah, this was a pretty good match. Best match on the undercard, that's for sure. Kind of disappointing though. I thought it would be a lot better. Next we got Adam Pearce versus Davey Andrews. This was a star. This was crap. You could have just had Adam come out, destroy Davey Andrews, and go from there. But no, you had to have a 5-minute match where you did nothing. I hated this match. Star. I'm considering giving it a dud. So look, on the undercard, you had a 2.5, 2 3/4 star match, a 2-star match, a dud segment, a star 3/4 star match, a star match, and a 3-star match. That's a pretty shitty undercard. It's one of the worst undercards I've ever seen. The Victory Road undercard is not that much worse than this one. Okay, but next we get to Bryan Danielson versus Roderick Strong. This match is 5 stars. This match is awesome. The psychology here, you know, Roderick got the advantage and Bryan not a lot of near falls, which I don't really have a problem with because that's not the type of match that we're going forward with. Roderick just unleashing with the chops. And, you know, it was really all around very good match. Very, very good match. These guys got like 52 minutes or something. 52 minutes, just an awesome match. You should buy the DVD just for this match alone, but the DVD is kind of hard to sit through other than that. So yeah, it was awesome match. Really, I was marking out when I saw the whole match. The crowd, I think they were into it, but I think they could have been more into it, because kind of they were like, 1, 2, oh, now 1, 2, like they usually are. I thought they could have been a little more into it. Might have made the match a little bit better, even though it was 5 stars, so I can't really complain about it too much. Really, I don't have words for this match. That's how awesome it was. It was the match of both DVDs. But definitely the best match on both shows. Next, you get the 8-man tag team war. Austin Aries, AJ Styles, Jack Evans, and Matt Sydal versus Jimmy Rave, SHelley, Prince Down, and Abyss. AJ Styles was added in since Roderick had a title match. This match was kind of disappointing. I think I'm going to give it like 3 1/4, 3.5. It was fun, but they didn't really take advantage of the war aspect of this match. They used one weapon, and it was a table spot. And basically, AJ Styles, German suplex Abyss through a table in the corner. And I guess that was cool. But everything else was a basic tag match. They beat on Jack Evans. Jack Evans wants to get a tag. They pull him in. Then they have that table spot. And then Daisy Hayes turns on Generation Next, and then it's over. They had some cool flying spots in this match, but I don't know. It just really disappointed me. I thought it would be a lot better. 3 1/4, 3.5. On whether that's a good main event is still to be determined. Overall, I really don't know. How to rate this show. It has a pretty shitty undercard, a pretty disappointing main event, but a 5-star match. I'll get back to you on my rating for this one. Next we get to Unified. Really, the undercard here is not too special. We start with Colt Cabana versus Johnny Storm versus Matt Sydal versus Spud. This was very good. 3 1/4. I was considering giving this 3 3/4 or maybe even a 4 when I first saw it. When I rewatched it a few times, I realized I kind of overreacted. But it's still an awesome match. Just a little short. That's all it's about with it. It was just, these guys should have had more time. They were only given like 10 minutes. But still, just a very, very, very good opener. Here's an example of an awesome opener by Ring of Honor. Let's see, Jimmy Rave versus Davey Richards. This was very good. 3.5. My problem with it was, when I first saw it, I fell asleep. I'm not ashamed to admit it, because they did like 6 minutes of the English crowd going, Jimmy Swallows. And they did it on Anarchy in the UK. And I didn't really mind it, because Doug Williams and him put on a 4-star match. But these guys didn't put on as good of a match for me to forget it. So, like, I'm watching the match, and I'm just like... And I woke up at the finish, and I'm like, oh, shit. Aries saw it. And I have, like, a little rule. I can't ever... Yeah, you know, it's a very good match. When I actually saw it, it was very good and very underrated. I just have a rule. I really can't give a match more than 3.5 if you put me to sleep when I first saw it. It was still an awesome match, especially towards the end. These guys have such great chemistry. I probably would have been 3 3/4 if Jimmy Rave didn't botch the gonorrhea from the top rope. I mean, I didn't expect much. It's a very hard move and very dangerous move to do. But, like, he kind of, like, he was setting up for it. He was turning, and then he kind of fell. And then Davey Richards just kind of flipped and landed on his back. It didn't really seem that good to me. Kind of hurt the match. 3.5. Let's get Claudio Castagnoli versus Whitmer. This was fun. This was a good 3-star match. They went into the crowd. They brawled a lot. A lot of funny spots with Castagnoli and the crowd saying, hey! Next we get to Colt Cabana Chris Hero. This was very disappointing. This really did not need to be on the show. This is like 2 1/4, 2.5. Really, if they didn't have this match, Colt could have had a better performance, because Colt was definitely the weakest of the 4 in the opener, and that opener could have been 3.5, 3 3/4. This really did not need to be on the show. Other matches could have had more time. Next you get to Doug Williams and Jody Fleisch versus Sue and Go Shiozaki. Sua sucks. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I really don't like Sua. This show and the Anarchy in UK show, he's disappointed me both times. This match is like 3 1/4 still, because of the performances of everyone else involved. But it was like 32 minutes. And this match also put me to sleep. It was such a long match. They really did not need that much time. And Sue really didn't help things. So I'm going to give it 3 1/4. I'm just going to take a random 12 minutes, any not consecutive minutes, out of that match, put them together, and that's a 3 1/4-star match. And I think if they did that, it would have been much better than what we got. 3 1/4. Really, it was kind of boring. Robbie Brookside versus Chad Collyer. Okay. 2.5, 2 3/4, not much to say. Next we got Austin Aries and Strong versus the Briscoes. This was awesome. A really good technical match. I did not expect that. The Spot Fest stuff didn't happen until the last 10 minutes. It was a very, 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 very well-constructed match. 4.5 stars. Excellent. Next, we get to the main event. Danielson McGuinness. Awesome match. I thought it would be a little better. You know, I'm not quite going to give it 5 stars. It's still 4.5, 4 3/4, because it was still an excellent, excellent, excellent match. I think their Driven match might be better, actually. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen their Glory by Honor match yet, so I can't really make the... Those are like their 3 best, and the Rising Above match, which I still have not seen. This was still an excellent match, but like I said, I just thought it would be a little bit better. But I can't really complain. I still was highly, highly impressed. I really enjoyed how they had the pure title rules that really helped the match a lot, psychology and storytelling-wise. This was absolutely excellent. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to give it a full 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to give it 4 3/4, but it's definitely match of the night. Okay, so Vendetta. I'm going to give this show like a 7.75, actually. You know, it does have a 5-star match on here, but everything else here kind of sucks. You really don't need to go out of your way to see the main event, unless you want to see the full Generation Next and MSC storyline. This is an 8.5, 8.75. Very good show. 2 awesome matches. Really, I guess the Jameer Davey Richards match you should go out of your way to see. That's all from me, Bigrat310. I'm out, guys. See ya.